Salve, salve, gurizada! Como tá dando início a mais um episódio de Kingdom Come Deliverance. Gurizada, último episódio, tivemos bastante coisa no jogo. O jogo teve um início bem legal. Acredito que a história também, depois também vai ser bem interessante com o decorrer do game, né? E gurizada, não se esqueçam, deixa o like, deixa os comentários. Compartilha também o canal aí para seus amigos, parentes, qualquer pessoa que curte games assim, e até que não curte. Compartilha aí pra tá dando essa força pro canal. E também não se esqueçam, se inscrevam, ele vai estar ajudando o canal aqui. E pessoal, os comentários que vocês estiverem deixando, eu vou estar sempre lendo e vou estar tentando responder todos. E a minha ideia é responder todo mundo, tá? Então vamos prosseguir aqui no game. Vamos ver as missões que a gente tem. Fortuna, fale com Bozena. Tá. Ele já comeu, né? Onde que fica aqui o coisinha de comer? Vida 60, energia 73, saciedade 73. Será que tem que comer mais alguma coisa? Vamos ver. Água potável, cebola. Aqui na marca. Saciedade mais 2. Pão, saciedade mais 19. Queijo mais 26. Tem 3 maçãs, dá pra estar comendo uma maçã. Vamos ver. Saciedade 75. Saciedade 79. Tá, beleza. Acho que tá bom por enquanto. Bora prosseguir aqui.
Hans, can you hear me, friend? Christ. In the end, you bore the brunt for both of us. May all the saints watch over you. And over Bajana, too. I did what you asked.
And you didn't faint while doing it. I'm pleased, Henry. I had to pour a whole Lethean potion into you last night. That's what I call medicine. It can either put a dead man back on his feet, or make sure he never gets up again. So consider yourself lucky.
I will. But what about Capon?
Well, he's less lucky. That brute really knocked him about before Hans beat the life out of him.
Is there any way I can help? I owe it to Capon, and I want to do whatever I can.
You owe him, all right. I've got a bit of that Lethean potion left. It ought to work wonders on him, same as on you. But I can't just give it to him now. First, we have to deal with that fever. The best and fastest remedy for that is chamomile decoction. Luckily, it ain't too hard to brew, but we'll need some fresh sage for it. And, of course, chamomile. You ought to be able to manage that. You've got young legs and eyes, and I reckon a bit of a stroll would do you good.
All right. Tell me, what do the herbs look like?
Sage has a purple blossom, and chamomile
Flores
has
roxas
white
e
petals with a
pétalas
yellow
brancas.
center. At the back of the hut, there's a footpath leading up to the rocks. You go along there till you reach a sort of small meadow. You ought to find both of them there.
Great. I'll be back in a jiffy with a couple of handfuls.
All right. I'll be glad if you get
Vamos
back
lá, a gente
here
já pegou.
soon. I don't feel right being here with that corpse in my yard. Seeing him lying there gives me chills. I can't think straight.
I understand. It makes me anxious, too. Maybe I could manage to bury him somewhere. Or at least hide him somewhere further off in the woods.
The Lord be praised. I'd be truly glad of that. Do you feel up to it, laddie? You ain't in the best of shape, and digging a grave's a tough job, even for a healthy fella.
True. I might have been a bit hasty. But leaving him lying around here doesn't seem like a good idea.
And it ain't either. But what can I do? I'll have to take care of it with Pavlena when she gets back. Of course, if it bothers you and you feel up to it, grab the spade by the dung pile and bury him by the creek. The soil will be softer there, so it should be easier. When you head out the gate, follow your nose. Find a good spot somewhere in the reeds and nettles.
Yeah. I'll see whether I'm up to it.
Pegue a pá. Pô, mas o problema é que eu já tinha jogado esse bicho maluco aqui perto. Pegue a sálvia. Pegue a camomila. Onde que tava a pá? Aqui, ó. Tinha jogado ele por aqui, ó. E até o riacho. Ah, tá mais perto do riacho, então vamos no riacho. É no I. Bora R.
Ah, shit! Oh, my shoulder. Oh, this bastard's hard work. I'll put him down somewhere for a while so I can start digging.
Ah, esse defunto aí. Feito então. Agora se vamos lá. Achar sálvia e camomila. Bora, filho. Do jeito. Camomila ele já tinha achado, né? Ih, rabugento. Que massa.
Damn, my shoulder still hurts like hell. Maybe now it'll tell me when it's gonna rain.
Eita. Droga, pena que não tem um arco e flecha pra caçar. Aqui tem uma. Aqui, sálvia.
Purple flower, sage, there we go.
A camomila também já tinha pego, né? Vou ver aqui se aparece no inventário. Camomila, sálvia. Camomila só tem uma, né? Vamos procurar mais um pouquinho. Aqui, ó. Aqui é camomila.
That's it. Chamomile. Right, I've got all the herbs I need. So back to
Aproveita que
Bashana
já
on
tem
the double.
bastante, pega
The
mais.
sooner Hans gets that remedy, the better.
Pega mais um pouquinho aqui. Cadê? Aqui, ó. Aqui. Vai que precisa fazer o mesmo chá depois, né? Mais em diante. É bom pegar mais, ó. Sálvia, pegar mais 2 vezes sálvia. E já era. Tá feito. Aí, fechou. Bora de volta.
What's that dog making such a fuss about?
Algo está
Could
acontecendo.
something have happened at Bajena's?
Eita. O cachorro tá latindo muito.
I should have some weapon at hand, in case there's any foul play.
Não tá com nenhuma espada de caça. Vou colocar aqui. Bolsilha. Equipar uma bolsilha abre espaço onde você pode colocar poções e comida. Então você pode consumi-los rapidamente durante o combate. Espaços. Você pode ter no máximo 4 espaços, mas nem toda bolsilha permite usar todos eles. Se tiver um item marcado que pode ser colocado na bolsa, você pode colocar na seguinte forma: ativar seleção de espaço, WASD, percorrer espaço e equipar item. Cinto. Equipar um cinto aumentará o número de espaços que você pode equipar itens, armas, escudos e munição, então você pode alternar rapidamente entre eles em combate. Você pode ter no máximo 4 espaços, um por padrão e até 3 espaços adicionais, dependendo do cinto utilizado. Combinações. É possível equipar a mesma arma, escudo ou munição em múltiplos espaços, permitindo criar conjuntos de armas variados. Por exemplo, você pode combinar o mesmo escudo com várias armas diferentes, como espada, escudo, machado, escudo, etc. Que interessante. Você pode usar os itens no seu cinto e bolsilha a qualquer momento. 1, 2, 3 e 4. 5, 6, 7 e 8. Beleza. Fechou. Pô. Única curta. E pra ela por enquanto, né? Estamos sem nada, capuz de minerador, de sangue. %100% em sangue. A condição tá boa ainda, né? Ah, mas suja de sangue às vezes não é bom, né? E esse jogo ele tem bastante coisa interessante. Então, pô, tu tá utilizando algo sujo de sangue, talvez não seja bom. Por exemplo, nesse momento, os caras estão ali na cabana, né? Então não é muito bom estar sujo de sangue.
What do you know about it? Hey, you! What do you want? Come here and tell me who you are, or I'll drum it out of you. Lord von Bergov sent us to find the renegades who ambushed some knights' company down by the pond yesterday. A couple of them fled and are hiding out here in the rocks. So tell me who you are and what you know about it.
You're from Lord von Bergov? You don't look like it.
Kurva! Watch your tongue with me, boy. When I say we're from von Bergov, then we're from fucking von Bergov. Who else would we be from anyway? You can talk to me or talk to cold steel. Who the hell are you? And what are you doing here?
E agora? Mandamos ele embora. Mentira.
I'm Pavel, and I'm here to help Bozhena. I don't know anything about any attack, but I met some of von Bergov's men in the woods too. They had his shields and Waffenrocks. They were looking for some cutthroats. I gave them directions here, so you can join them once they get here.
Fuck.
What's the matter?
Nothing, fuck it. Just tell them we'll wait for them in the tavern and jelly off, alright?
Boa. Deu certo, gurizada.
Hey, that's all I need. Getting mixed up in all sorts of nonsense at my end.
Did they hurt you?
No, but I think they would have if you hadn't come along.
Sorry. I reckon it was one of those who followed us yesterday.
Look here. I almost got slaughtered twice in one day on account of you two. God be praised that my Pavlena wasn't here. Heaven knows what they'd have done to her. So, I'd like to know why all this is happening. Your friend was talking in a delirium in the night, saying you was knights. But if you two are knights, then I'm the Queen of Sheba.
Well, I must bow to your ladyship. Sir Hans is the young lord of Leiper and Perkstein. I'm Henry of Skalitz, son of Sir Radzig Cobbler, and I'm his bodyguard. We were heading to Trusky to deliver a message from Sir Hanish of Leiper and Margrave Jobst to Lord von Berghoff. But we were ambushed by bandits yesterday down by the pond, and you already know the rest. And as God is my witness, we're no bandits. I swear to you, I'm thankful to you for saving us. And I'm sorry it caused you trouble.
Well, you sound sincere, so I'll take your word for it. I hope I won't live to regret it.
You won't. I promise you.
Promises are made to be broken, but thank you for dealing with them. I was sure they'd see through you. You thought up quite a story. It was a story, right?
Oh, I didn't meet anyone up top, but they swallowed it all right. What about Sir Hans? How's he doing?
He's holding up, I'd say. I treated his wounds, and I'll change his bandages shortly. But what he needs most now is that remedy. Have you got everything for it?
Here. Chamomile and sage, like you said.
Excellent. Now to brew the potion from them. I gave you two the last of my supply during the night. But fresh is best anyways. It's a shame my daughter Pavlena ain't back yet. She'd get it done in a jiffy, but we'll just have to manage without her. But you can do it too. It ain't nothing hard. My eyes are so bad, it'd take me all day. But at least I can tell you how to go about it.
Vamos embora.
All right, I'll try. But I'm not sure how to do it.
I told you, I'll explain everything. I have a book here with the recipe, but it'll be better if I tell you. I know it by heart.
I can read as well as any man, if that's what you mean.
My word. Maybe you really are a noble son.
I'll take the book just in case, but if you give me some advice, I'd be grateful.
Of course. Everything we need is in the hut. Let's get to it.
Muito interessante. Os detalhes desse jogo são muito bons, cara. Ah.
Everything's prepared. There's an... First, go to the recipe book. Now find the recipe for chamomile decoction.
Mistura de
and remember
camomila.
what you have to do. Then get back to the bench and we'll start.
Essa daqui. O sono cura mais rápido se for de boa qualidade. A energia também se recupera mais rápido durante o sono. Você vai precisar de vinho, 2 punhados de camomila e 1 punhado de sálvia. Adicione a camomila e ferva por um turno. Dar a sálvia, adiciona ao caldeirão. Por fim, sirva.
If you've read the recipe, get back to the bench.
Interessante isso aqui, hein? Tem bastante poções que a gente pode estar fazendo, hein?
First,
Base líquida
you
da
have to
poção.
pour the right base into the cauldron. Choose the right pitcher from the shelf on the left.
Vinho,
according
óleo,
to the
destilado, água, é vinho.
So, What did you pour in there?
Wine, of course. Like it says in the book.
Glad to hear it. Now try moving the cauldron over the flame, so you know how it looks when it starts boiling a bit.
Oh.
Hear that bubbling? It's boiling.
Quando o
Remember that
caldeirão estiver sob
well.
fogo, ele começará a
For
ferver
most
depois de um
potions,
tempo.
you just
Para
have to simmer
fazê-lo
the
ferver,
herbs for a bit.
você tem que abanar o
Sometimes you
fogo
need to get it
apertando o
good and
fole.
hot. So you have to get the fire blazing under the cauldron using the bellows. Try fanning it with the bellows to get it boiling. It's boiling. To keep it going, you mustn't stop with the bellows. If you want to cool it down quick, take it off the flames. Try it. Move the cauldron up. Good. Now we'll start with the brewing. Get all the herbs that you need ready. The ones you picked. Put them there on the shelf, so you've got them at hand.
Camomila e sálvia. Isso.
All right. Let's get to
Pegue
it.
punhado de ervas e
First,
coloque.
throw 2 handfuls of chamomile into the cauldron.
Pegue punhado de camomila, de ervas de saco de camomila e coloque no caldeirão e adicione punhado.
Before you put it on the flame, turn the sand glass so you know how long you're brewing it. It's got to be exact. Every grain of sand counts. See? When the sand has flowed out, that's 1 turn. That's how long you have to boil the chamomile. Move the cauldron to the fire and wait until it starts bubbling. Then turn the sand glass. As soon as the sand runs out, take the cauldron off the fire again.
Cozinhe a camomila até a areia terminar de escorrer. Vai. E aí, a ampulheta vira. O demais. Olhe.
Ain't that enough? Take the cauldron off the flames. All right. Now, take 1 handful of sage, grind it with a mortar and pestle, and drop it in the cauldron.
Pegue um punhado de sálvia do saco e pressione E para jogá-los no almoxarifado embaixo do caldeirão. E E.
Have you got it ground? Have you ground it? Good. Now, drop it in the cauldron. You don't have to boil it anymore. All you have to do now is decant it. Get a phial and pour it in.
Despeje o remédio. Para decantar a poção, pegue um frasco para a prateleira esquerda e selecione o caldeirão segurando.
Done. Now, let's see what you've brewed.
Infusão de camomila. Legal.
Boiled that chamomile on a smaller fire.
Fechou então. Gurizada, que massa isso aqui, hein? É o primeiro jogo que eu vejo.
It's a
Me lembrou
chamomile
até um pouco
decoction
de
the way it should be.
Skyrim.
Happy to help.
Skyrim também
This
tinha
should help Hans get better.
uma coisa assim
I'll
de
take care of it now.
All right.
fazer
Is there
alquimia bem
anything else
legal.
I can do to help?
I reckon you've done all you could. What you need now is a bit of rest. Go and get a good sleep. That works wonders.
Você está cansado, para descansar, durma. Beleza.
With a bit of luck, that decoction will chase away the fever. You'll sleep better after, and that'll give you strength.
Uma podre.
There's not much more I can do now.
Dormir e salvar.
You and the Almighty
São 5 horas, né? Só vai 12 horas mesmo. Olha a fome do homem.
A sword such as this will bring honor to its bearer.
True, Sir Radzik. If I'd have had it like back in Nicopolis, things would have worked out differently.
Where's my fucking sword?
And I found it. Everything I take now will be mine. And I plan to take everything.
Rotted hell!
Why would I miss one sword?
Because it's the last one my father forged, and I promised him I'd deliver it to you.
The stronger dog fucks the bitches. And war is a nasty business.
Gurizada, quem estiver vendo minha gameplay aí, me
Where's my
disse,
fucking sword?
me disse isso daí são cenas
I
do
think I'll
jogo 1,
keep it. As a
que
memento.
parece ser pra mim.
This isn't over. I'll find you.
Será que são flashbacks? Flashbacks são...
Don't disappoint me.
O que será que são acontecimentos do jogo 1?
Wake up, Henry. It's past sunrise.
Interessante, a maneira que tá sendo abordado. Os caras mataram o pai dele e roubaram a espada.
Hallelujah. I thought you'd never wake. Were you having a nightmare?
Pavana?
Bad dreams. You must be Pavlena, right?
That's right. I came in the evening while you were asleep. Ma told me what happened to you. Then I helped Ma take care of your friend that night?
Oh, Hans. He's alive. How is he?
Have no fear. He's alive, all right. Maybe too alive. Ma knows what she's doing, and that's the truth. I reckon she could bring the dead back to life. She said she dosed you with the strongest remedies she knows, and it looks like they did the trick. On that other fella for sure. Since he came to this morning, he hasn't stopped talking.
Yeah, that sounds like him, all right.
And what about you? How do you feel?
Melhor que ontem.
Definitely better than yesterday. Thanks.
That's good. Ma will be glad, but I heard you yelling in your sleep and went to check on you. Bad dreams?
I dreamt of Istvan Toth, a villainous, murderous whoreson who stole my sword. The last memento I had of my father, and I swore to get that sword back and avenge my parents.
Oh, that oath must be serious if it even torments you in your sleep. Dreams shouldn't be taken lightly. They can have real meaning, however hard they are to understand. What strikes you as the most important part of your dream?
The sword. The last thing Pa forged before they murdered him. It might sound strange, but I feel his soul won't find peace until that sword is back in our family.
It doesn't sound strange at all, and swords are a symbol of kings. It could mean power and responsibility, or war and ruin. After all, a sword has two edges, and it depends who's wielding it.
Thanks, Pavlina. I never thought of looking at it like that. It's a lot to think about.
You're welcome. But remember, it's only my reading. The only one who can really understand you is you yourself.
I expect you're right. So in the end, all the hard work will be on me. But this is all too much heavy thinking at once. Right now, what I need more is a little sunshine and fresh air.
Aye, that's the best remedy for many ailments. And a full stomach will help too. Breakfast is on the table, and I've got something else for you too. Come along, and we must save Ma from the clutches of his lordship.
Que legal. Pontos de vantagem. Aumentar o nível D também lhe dará pontos de vantagem. Você pode usá-los para desbloquear suas habilidades e melhorias. A lista de vantagens pode ser aberta com P. Nível principal, atributos, força. Que legal, olha só. Dá-lhe mais uma colherada. Mais uma. Não sei se faz muita diferença. Vamos ver. 83. Parece sim. Olha esse jogo, gurizada. Muito bonito.
Look who's finally up! Henry! Come and join us!
Are you blind?
Opa, obrigado pelo bacon.
Good morning, Henry! You have no idea how glad I am to see you. Come join our banquet in the midst of these exquisite woods.
I'm glad to see you too. I see you're in a surprisingly good mood for someone who was at death's door yesterday.
It's all the more cause for merrymaking! Even this water now tastes like the finest wine.
Of course. I did bring it all the way from the spring.
And for that, I am in your debt, fair maid. And I'm grateful to you too, Henry. Bojena told me what happened here yesterday. That's the third time you've saved my life. I suppose I'll have to give you some estate or something.
The third time? What in God's name happened the first 2 times?
Now, Henry, don't make her beg. Tell this good maiden of your heroic deeds.
Well, there was this time when me and Hans had some fisticuffs in the tavern, and for punishment, I had to accompany him on the hunt.
And I shot a boar.
And made it mad. And when Hans chased after the wounded animal, he got caught by a human patrol.
Humans?
They come from somewhere in Hungary. Sigismund brought them here to Bohemia as mercenaries. They're a very dangerous bunch.
I told you about them, though. The fellas in the tavern in Zheleyov were saying there's some foreigners like that camping in the rocks down by the pond.
What?
It's just what I heard.
Whoa, that's all we need. I hope they don't turn up here. What could us two do alone against them?
What could they want from us? But if they did come here to rob us, I'd shoot enough arrows into them to make them think twice. But the thing I want to know is, how did it end up with young Sir Hans?
Well, as I said, they took him captive.
Well, there must have been 10 of them. I hadn't a chance.
You must have been seeing double. As I recall, there were 2.
That just proves how well you can count. Besides, they were armed to the teeth and had bows and armor. It might as well have been 10.
Whatever. Anyway, with a bit of luck, I managed to free Sir Hans.
Why the modesty? You got them. Maybe a stroke of luck, but
Oh,
as we know, al dentes.
Fortuna juvat.
See now, you've finally learned it.
What?
It's just this kind of motto of ours. Fortune favors the bold.
Maybe they're really telling the truth about who they are. Who but a lord or a priest could know Latin? And priests they ain't. I can tell.
And as I recall, you already got a pony from Uncle Hanush as a reward for saving me. Your pebbles. So I'll save myself a few groschen.
But you never gave me anything for Talmberg.
For Talmberg? What was that about then?
The foe took the castle by subterfuge, and we planned a counterattack.
Under the cloak of darkness, we scaled the mighty walls of Talmberg Castle to get inside and open the portcullis to our brothers in arms who were poised and ready to attack.
And we almost succeeded. Only, along the way, Sir Hans here took an arrow to his noble seat.
Seat? He got shot in the backside.
My upper thigh, actually.
Backside it was. But that's no joke either. It's not easy to run with an arrow stuck in your arse. If I hadn't carried him...
I admit it, you saved my arse.
Well, now, you two have been through a thing or two. As far as I can tell, it really was his backside and not his thigh. I examined Hans and saw the scar for myself. But I reckon you paid off part of your debt the other day, sir.
Yeah, true. I'll never forget you for dragging me all the way here from the lake.
You're quite welcome. The Lords of Lipa do not leave their friends in the lurch.
Do tell. What else did the two of you encounter?
Quite a lot of things. But I'm afraid we don't have much time for storytelling right now. We came here on an important mission, and we cannot afford to dally any longer. We have to get to Trotsky as soon as we can. How far is it from here?
Not far. Once you climb the hill above Zheleov, you'll see the castle.
All right. I think we should get on our way as soon as possible.
I'll prepare a bit of food for you, for your journey.
Oh, Bozhena, I don't know how to thank you for all this.
But I do. Once we've settled our business with von Bergov, I shall reward you as befits a knight. You have my word of honor.
Now you've got me curious. I never got a knight's word before.
For a start, you can leave me that spade. We can't manage without it.
Yes, of course. And thanks for everything you've done, Bozhena.
I have something for you, Henry. Ma had trouble because of you, but I know you didn't do it on purpose, and you protected her when she needed it. I want to thank you for that. Take this potion. It will help when you're in danger or don't know which way to turn. Have a little sip each time, and it'll save you a lot of trouble. You'll see. It's not all that hard to brew. With a bit of practice, you could manage it yourself.
Thanks, Pavlana. This'll come in handy.
No doubt. But we'd better get going now.
Hans is right. We're very glad we met you. And we're obliged to you for your help and hospitality. God bless you.
And you too, sirs.
As Henry says, may God bless you for your generosity and your healing arts. And you have rightfully earned the gratitude of the House of Lipa for all time. If you... Nothing against the hospitality of the good women folk here, but I want to get to Trotsky Castle right away.
What about the rest of our company? Could someone else have got away?
You saw for yourself. They didn't stand a chance. But you're right, we shouldn't just leave it at that. As soon as we get to Trotsky, I'll make sure they get a proper Christian burial and their souls find peace.
And when we get back to Ratai, we'll have a mass served for them.
You're right. They were damned good lads. I'd known Oates since childhood. Damn it.
What about Mutt? He's bound to be looking for us, and we can't just abandon him.
Henry, I like your dog, but that's not our priority right now.
He saved my skin.
So did I. First Trotsky, von Bergov and the mission, then we can look for your dog.
All right. But the moment things are sorted out, I'll go looking for him.
I'd expect no less of you. So, should we get going?
Hold on a bit. Before we hit the road, there's something you should know. I have a hunch that one of that band that ambushed us at the pond was Istvan Toth.
Toth? Are you yanking my pizzle? He's long since over the hills and far away.
I know how it sounds, but I saw him. Believe me. I'd never mistake his ugly face after all that happened.
Of course, Henry. I know you have accounts to settle with him, but that's nonsense. Toth is in Sigismund's service and is harassing his opponents. And Otto von Bergov is one of Sigismund's allies. So Toth's hardly going to attack his people. It was dark. God knows what you saw.
I saw him, the bastard, and I'll get him.
Yes. We'll surely get him one day. I promise you. And your sword, too. But I don't think either of them are around here. But I see you haven't wasted any time and found yourself a weapon to replace that sword. That's good. You never know when you might need it around here. Come on, let's get going. Your mind will turn to better things along the way.
A tiazinha nos ajudou um monte, hein? Ainda preparou uma marmita pra viagem. Deep Silver Presence. Que gráfico bonito. Espetacular. Realmente, a empresa que desenvolve esse jogo tá de parabéns. Cinemática muito bem feita também.
I hope they've got a good physician at this castle. Or at least a barber. I mean, that old crone got me on my feet. But I don't believe much in herbal remedies. You can't beat an educated man of medicine.
And I can't wait to sleep in a proper bed.
And some wine!
Oh, fucking hell.
Oh, it's closed. Open up! I bear an urgent message for your liege lord. Hear me! Open the gate! I am a messenger from Sir Hanush of Lipa.
Eita, mas...
Shit! Fuck! You fucking cunts! You know who I am? No, we fucking don't. I am Sir Hans Capon of Perkstein, heir to Ratai. Now, look here, you filthy beggar! I'm not here for your amusement, so get your stinking, ragged asses out of here on the double. The pair of you!
What's all this about? Why don't you send those beggars packing?
I did, sir. They say they're messengers.
I am Sir Hans Capon of Perkstein. Envoy...
I heard. Nevertheless, I doubt Sir Hanush would send two vagabonds covered in excrement as emissaries. Apart from which, Sir Hans Capon is dead. We found his body by the pond. His company was ambushed by outlaws, and they were slaughtered to the last man.
Yes, yes, they ambushed us, but we managed to get away.
Sir, we met your Captain Thomas on our way. He can testify to who we are. He saw our message and its seal.
How terribly unfortunate you are. The captain's company was also ambushed by outlaws. The captain barely escaped with his life and has been delirious for 3 days. And even if he did confirm your story, I am under strict orders to admit no strangers to the castle.
Sir, there's a horseman approaching in King Sigismund's colours.
Ah, now that's what a messenger looks like. Count yourselves lucky that I don't have time to waste on you. Be gone!
I'm getting in, whether you like it or not.
Your shitty hands off me! Look, wait. Wait, one moment!
What the fuck was that?
So now what?
There's only one thing we can do.
Have you two got any groschen?
What do you take me for, wench?
For someone who stinks like a badger.
Look, we've had a tough couple of days, so we'd like a bit of peace and quiet, a beer, and a bite to eat.
Unless you want to share a bowl of gruel, you're going to need more coin than this.
Just bring the best you have, and we'll settle later.
As the gentleman wishes.
Well, she's not far off. We look like a couple of beggars, and we stink even worse.
What the fuck was all that at the gate? You try to talk to them and get shit poured on your head.
Missão principal inicial.
Different lands, different customs.
God's holy britches.
Well, I expect they've had trouble with beggars at the castle, so they act without thinking.
Oh, really? I'd never have figured that out. I'd rather hear some cunning plan how to get out of this shit. Huh?
Well, the first thing we have to do is get ourselves into decent shape. Have a good scrub, get some better clothes. Then they might believe we're actually messengers.
That's all very well, except we can't even pay our bill here. Never mind a visit to the baths and the tailor.
So we'll earn some.
Earn?
I'm not afraid of work. And we're gonna need every groschen we can get.
And how long will it take for you to earn a few groschen? And where will you find a decent tailor? Before we get ourselves sorted out, Sigismund will be sitting on the throne in Prague.
So what do you suggest? Going back to Ratai?
To Ratai? You just don't get it, do you? We can't go crawling back like this. We'd be a laughing stock.
A laughing stock? We were outnumbered by a gang of bandits.
Yes, and how come they got away with it? Because we camped at that fucking pond. We've got no message, no coin, nothing but our ragged arses.
Chin up. We'll sort it out somehow, and everything will be fine again.
Nothing will be fine, my friend. I'll tell you 4 reasons why. Oates, Tankard, Conrad, and Nicholas, instead of sitting here with us, having a chat and a laugh, they're just food for crows in some godforsaken hole.
I'm just as much to blame for their deaths as you. We're in this together.
At least we should give them a proper burial as soon as possible. They were good Christians, even though it didn't always seem that way.
We'll keep the promise we made at Pagenas. The best way to honor their memory is to finish our mission. We'll get inside the castle. You'll see. We'll avenge our lads and go back to Ratai with our heads held high. I promise you that.
Audentes fortuna juvat.
Audentes fortuna juvat.
Food. About bloody time.
Here we are. Gentlemen.
What is this stuff?
Hey, there's meat in that. And there's more than you gave me coin for. When you're finished, report for work.
Cheers.
What is it? What's that woman from the pond? Or the one you gave us away for?
Fight better that witch. Wench!
What I tell you? What are you waiting for? She can vouch for who we are. Go to her.
A mulher que
God be with you.
tava aquela hora
A full
chegando.
pitcher of wine, please.
My word, that's a picture of.
A hora que nos
I
atacaram
ain't
no
seen
lago.
you here before. Who sent you? Not them nomad vagabonds, I hope.
Don't worry. I've come from the castle. I'm Catherine, and I've got the lovely job of keeping the soldiers' throats wet.
Ah, that's another matter then. Oh my. Ugh. Can you smell that too?
Oof. It stinks like something died here.
Bê, tá feio o negócio.
You're the one from that pond.
Jesus, fella. That's a bit much.
Hey, youngster, if you want to go around mixing with my guests here, go and wash the stench off yourself at the trough first. Stinking up my establishment.
I hear one of them nomads is an acrobat.
Feio o negócio pra ele.
What was that?
Os detalhes do jogo, cara, são
Him and his men were attacked by bandits. Most of them are dead.
Jesus Christ.
Lord von Berghoff is beside himself and won't allow his soldiers out the castle.
Aha! So that's why they sent you for the wine. Wait a moment then. I'll be right back.
Ah, volta aqui, volta aqui.
Is anyone you know going?
Sorry to bother you, but I've seen you before.
Oh, eh? I don't remember. Hold on, are you the boy that cleans the pit under the castle shitting hole?
You were attacked by those bandits.
What bandits? What are you on about?
You were attacked at the pond. You, some other women, and so were we as it happened.
I have no idea what you're on about. I work at the castle, and I wasn't at any pond.
And I have no idea why you're trying to deny it. I saw you with my own eyes. You were washing laundry there with some other girls.
Well, I reckon you weren't looking too much at faces, eh? Clear off, you lecher.
Here's your wine. Is this vagabond bothering you?
I can handle the likes of him myself. Thanks for the wine. Bye.
Look, please. I don't know what's up with you, but I know you were there. I need your help. You owe me that much. But we need to get to von Berghoff, and you're the only one who can confirm who we are.
You can't get into the castle. And even if you could, that was the King's messenger. Von Berghoff is getting ready to ride out.
Shit.
If you want to speak to him, the best place would be Samin's wedding. He'll be there. For sure.
No, wait.
And don't ever lay your hands on me again!
What are you gaping at? Have you nothing better to do?
Nossa, velho, é chato, hein? Tá louco?
Why are you standing here like a pillar of salt? Are you ready?
Pronto por quê? Tá
To
loucona?
get to work. You pair ordered a lot more than you paid for, so you work your debt off, like I said.
Can't it wait? We've got coin, just not at the moment.
Oh, why? We'll pay you back when we see you again, which is never. Over there by the gate, there's a cart with sacks of flour from the mill. My old man was meant to take them into the house. But as soon as he got a sniff of work, he vanished into thin air. The second door in there leads to the pantry. That's why I need you to haul the sacks. You have to lay each sack on the planks, so they don't touch the damp floor and go moldy. If you just chuck it on the floor in the corner, it'll spoil. So do it properly. 2 men can finish the work in a jiffy, and then we'll be quits.
All right, we'll do it. Carrying a few sacks won't kill us. For sure, it's less daunting work than fighting bandits in the woods.
Aye, it's terrible about them bandits. We never had nothing like that here before. Like it or not, you can't pay what you owe me, so I'm putting you to work. Is that clear?
All right, we'll do it.
Glad to hear it. I can see you ain't stuck up like your mate. Where are you actually from, if you don't mind me asking?
Ratai.
Ratai. That rings a bell. I ain't been further than the back off me whole life, but I know this place inside and out.
I heard some talk about some wedding being planned here.
Ah, nobody's talking about nothing else. Young Lord Samin is marrying Agnes, the daughter of Thrush, our Truscovitz bailiff. And it's going to be a grand affair. When rich folks get married, that's a feast that's a lot different from when some tanner gets hitched to a bat house wench.
Will Lord von Berghoff be at the wedding?
How should I know what his lordship's plans are? But most likely he will be. Sameen is his vassal.
Where's the wedding going to be?
At Sameen, of course. I expect old Sir Jan and our bailiff will try to outdo each other in showing off their wealth.
Who is this Sameen?
Can't you tell by the name? The Lord of Sameen. The fort and the village belong to him. Old Jan Sameen is the head of the family. And his son's called Olda. And it's him who's getting itched. There used to be a rich family. Their glory's faded a bit, but they still have some clout.
It seems that's really our only chance.
What's that?
Oh, nothing.
If you want to find out more, there's a couple of invited guests having an ale over there. Young Svatja there. He's the bride's brother. He can be a bit of a pain, but he's a good lad at heart.
Saiba mais sobre o casamento do Sermine.
I'll go and discuss it with my friend then.
And careful with them sacks. I don't want you ripping them or anything like that. And what can I get for you?
Oh. Vamos falar com aqui.
I talked to that woman from the pond.
I noticed. It didn't look like she was too pleased to see you, though.
The main thing is, she denied ever being at the pond.
It's definitely her, though. You don't forget a figure like hers.
I got the feeling she didn't want to talk about it for some reason. I did get something out of her, though.
What? Don't keep me in suspense.
Von Berghoff is about to leave the castle.
Sacre! If he pledges to Sigismund before we can get to him, everything's fucked.
Calm down, let me finish. There's also going to be a big wedding in the region. Young Lord Semine, from the local noble family, is getting married. He's marrying the local bailiff's daughter. It's going to be a big event.
Why should some wedding in a shithole near Trotsky be of any interest to us?
Because it looks like von Berghoff will be there.
Oh, that's fantastic news, Henry. So all we have to do is get on the guest list. And that shouldn't be a problem because you've got a cunning plan, right?
I'll come up with something.
I hope so. You can't expect me to do the thinking for both of us all the time. We'll ask the locals and see.
There's something else we have to sort out first. I spoke to the innkeeper.
I noticed that too.
We can work off our debt. All we have to do is carry a few sacks of flour from that cart to the pantry. If we both do it, we'll be finished in no time.
Lug sacks? Are you yanking my noble pizzle?
I'm serious.
I can't work. I'm a noble. What if someone saw me?
It'll be done in a jiffy. Don't worry.
That's not the point, Henry. People will remember my face, and when everything's cleared up, word will get around that I lugged sacks here like some beggar. As if the disgrace at the gate wasn't enough. Ugh!
You know, sir, not everyone is born with a silver spoon in their mouth. Ordinary people have to work their whole lives. So you should be able to manage it too. At least for one day.
Henry, haven't you ever heard of the 3 states of man?
Would that be some aristocratic excuse?
Not so fast. It's God's law. Oratoris, the priests who pray for us. Laboratoris, the plebs who shovel shit and pay taxes. And Bellatoris, the warriors who protect the ones on their knees or in the fields. Now, which am I? So if you find me a sword, I can get to work. But wield a pitchfork or carry sacks? That's against God and nature.
Igreja Católica Romana, feudalismo e nobreza. Os 3 estados do homem e agricultura. Onde eu me encaixo nisso, posso carregar os sacos sozinhos, não sei como sua língua não está queimando. Ninguém aqui precisa de guerreiro. Putz.
So, which do I belong to?
Good question. Before I'd have said you were a peasant, but it turned out that you're a noble's bastard. And you're pretty handy with a sword. And you've even been in a monastery.
I'd rather forget about that.
You're a bit of everything. But if you get your hands dirty with labor, it wouldn't be such an offense against divine order as in my case. Pure blood, noble status and that. In short, be so kind as to get to work. I promise I'll make it up to you.
Are you really not going to help me? It's just a couple of sacks.
Come now, Henry. What did I tell you about Bella Torres and the natural order of the world? I simply cannot carry sacks.
They say clothes maketh the man, and you don't look much like a noble right now. So, I don't think the natural order will collapse if you get your hands dirty.
What do you know about a nobleman's honor? It's not long since I had to drag one sack through the night, and if I hadn't, that sack wouldn't be here now. So I think I've done my fair share. I mean it, Henry. Stop trying to push me.
Suit yourself, then.
Porra, cara. Tô de saco cheio desse cara.
I'll get to work. Alone.
Well, if it makes you feel better, I'll scratch your back later.
How? Well, giving me a large estate?
That too, of course. Maybe 2 estates. But above all, once we're out of the worst, I'll help you find your dog. As soon as we have at least some gear, we'll head into the forest and find Mutt in a trice. Although, if you think about the 3 states of man, looking for lost dogs is more like a huntsman's work. But let's pay no mind to that.
How generous of you, Capon.
I know, my dear Henry. Such is my nature.
Porra, maluco é chato demais, cara. De historinha, cara. Vamos catar esses sacos, então.
I'm gonna lose a whole day just for a few sacks.
Oof! That isn't half heavy. Oh.
Aye, the beer's got to flow.
Christ, what's the hold up? Tankard of ale, thanks. To your help, my friend.
Look out.
Blessings to you. We're getting somewhere at last.
E aprendeu saudações.
An ale, as usual.
Ainda bem que é pouca coisa, são só 5 sacos pra carregar, né? Daí vai rapidinho. Só uma vez.
You just made that up.
I certainly did.
I'll have a beer. Yes, you did. I never heard of any Perkstein in all my years.
I'm not surprised. You're just a village yokel.
How's life treating you?
Not
too bad.
I've
got so much to do. I'd have to split myself in 2 to Why don't you take on a young apprentice for a job? Sure, but where could I find a decent apprentice? People are always asking looking for help.
Mais 2.
What did you say? Say it again.
It was their own fault.
What do you mean? They attacked themselves? What the fuck are you trying to say?
Everyone knows it's dangerous around Trotsky. Making camp in such an unprotected place is suicide.
Where else were they supposed to make camp, smart-ass?
Somewhere in the rocks, maybe. Not out in the open by the pond. Only a fool would do that.
Bah.
Stop insulting our dead companions.
What dead companions? You think I'm gonna fall for that cock and bull story?
Pack it in, Henry. There's no point in arguing with this yokel. He fancies himself as a military strategist.
I don't believe a word you're saying. A weed like you surviving a fight against bandits even von Berghoff himself has trouble with?
Believe what you like, but I'm telling the truth. And in fact, I'm willing to overlook all your insults if you apologize right now. And invite me to that wedding.
You want to come to the wedding, do you? Huh. I'll give you a piece of advice, pal. If you can make yourself useful for the blacksmith or the miller, you'll get to the wedding. You'll see the glorious occasion at least from a distance. And you can stop spouting your pathetic lies.
I am Sir Hans Capon, Lord of Perkstein, and I demand your immediate apology.
I am Sir Hans Capon, Lord of Perkstein. Sir Hans Capon, Lord of Perkstein. You're starting to bore me. You and your silly made-up name.
No apology, then. It looks like I'm going to have to teach you a lesson.
Oh, I'm so scared.
There's no point in this. Let's leave.
I'd do what your pal says if I were you. Get lost before something happens to you.
I give you a chance to apologize, and you keep insulting me. Get ready to pick up your broken teeth with broken fingers.
Oh, I'd like to see that. Come on, then.
You scum!
Sengaja fazer cagada. Eita!
Now you're gonna get it!
Ah.
It was him! Now we'll have you, scum! Nice strike! Beating him!
Yeah!
Go fuck yourself!
Hurt anyone else?
Unbelievable!
Not so much for us, fucker! Take that! Yeah!
I'll beat you to a bloody pulp, fucker!
Light him up!
I'll be done with you in a flash! Come on, then!
Light him up!
You'll kick the bucket, you shit! Yeah, don't spare him! You want to try me? He doesn't know which way to turn!
I'll rip your ass open!
Slice him up!
Putz, eles controlam.
Show your stuff! Nice hit!
Send my greetings to them!
Yeah! Take that!
Show what you're made of!
That's magic. Why
Hey,
did you do it?
get him! Nice hit!
You want to try me?
Go fuck yourself!
This is unbelievable!
That us?
Nice hit!
You're no match for us, fucker! Nine! Damn! I don't have the old day for you!
What the hell is going on here? Grab them vagabonds!
Loucura, meu.
Bastards! This will cost you dearly.
Keep your mouth shut and don't make it worse.
What?
You behave like a spoilt brat.
How dare you speak?
You know, if you just shut up and done some work, we'd have coin by now and be on our way to the castle. But no, not his lordship.
You've got a nerve. If you hadn't have played the hero, we'd have been there long since and I wouldn't have had to get you out of that mess.
Oh yeah, because this isn't a mess, is it?
Fuck off.
Shut up! Or you'll get a whipping too.
Just who the hell do you think you are?
I'm sorry, sir, but it's your fault what happened in the tavern.
What? My fault? You can't be serious.
Pois,
Whose
mas não tô de
fault is it that
sacanagem.
we're in this fucking pillory?
What? Who started quarrelling with the locals?
in their tavern. We should have made ourselves scarce. None of that would have happened.
Oh, aye. Typical you, running away like a coward. If it hadn't been for me, we wouldn't have even been in that tavern. We've been in the shit right from the start because you had to play at being the knight in shining underwear, saving damsels in distress.
I don't believe it. You're trying to put the blame on me? Just like that?
Who else is to blame? You're just a simple peasant who has no idea how the world works.
And you're a spoilt brat who can't even hear himself.
What the fuck did you say? I've had it up to here with you. With you and your pontificating. You were supposed to make sure nothing went wrong. And how did that turn out? It was me who had to save your life. You're fucking useless. You couldn't even keep an eye on your own mutt. Lost for words, are you? All right. Have it your way. We really have nothing more to say to each other.
Maluco chato e petulante, mano. A culpa do negócio foi dele, cara. Quer botar a culpa no Henry? Vai tá palhaço. Os homens estão tão podres. Olha os detalhes desse jogo. Eles estão tão podres que tem mosca na volta deles, cara.
Time to go on.
Olha isso, cara. Muito bom.
But I swear to Christ, if I catch you again, I'm gonna skin you both alive.
Detalhes, né? Produtores do jogo pensaram em todos os detalhes.
Isn't that? Otto.
Hey! Open Bogo!
Oh shit. Right, where were we? Go on, get out of my sight. What are we gonna do?
You can do as you like. You can go and carry sacks or dig latrines. I'll look after myself. I'll go and see Lord von Bergov at the wedding. I bid you farewell.
Ah, vai-se embora mesmo. Ato pra caramba.
If I were in your shoes, I'd be glad to be rid of the good for nothing, eh? Yeah. All right, off you go.
Crime e reputação. Cada ação sua tem consequências. Se você cometer crimes, o mundo e as pessoas ao seu redor reagirão a eles. O que é um crime? Tudo aquilo que o cristão honesto deve evitar é considerar crime. Não se deve matar inocentes, roubar, invadir casa dos outros, ferir pessoas ou animais domésticos e perturbar suas vidas pacíficas. Consequências do crime. Se alguém pegar cometendo um crime, a pessoa o denunciará aos guardas e o confrontará. Ainda que ninguém o pegue em flagrante, você não estará necessariamente a salvo. As pessoas não são idiotas, elas podem deduzir que você foi o autor do crime. Veja as informações sobre a sua reputação no cartão do jogador P na aba de reputação. Reputação afeta como as pessoas tratam você. Quem gosta de você o cumprimentará com gentileza. Os comerciantes poderão até lhe dar descontos. Por outro lado, quem o odeia pode nem sequer falar com você. Eita! Você pode melhorar sua reputação realizando tarefas. Você pode piorá-la cometendo crimes e agindo de forma desonesta. As pessoas comentarão o seu comportamento. Assim, se você ajudar ou prejudicar alguém, outras pessoas da região logo ficarão sabendo. Melhorar sua reputação. Sempre é possível melhorar sua reputação ruim, pagando indulgência ou fazendo uma peregrinação penitencial que pode ser imposta por um padre. Alerta: se houver um crime numa área, o povo vai ficar mais vigilante. Se armar, e os guardas chamarão reforços. Quando as coisas se acalmarem, tudo retornará ao normal.
I suppose I really do need to
Detalhe
find some job.
interessante, né, cara?
I'll find muck without you, you stuck-up lord of Perkstein.
Peneiras do casamento. Muito bom. Então é isso.
Hey, over
Missão
here.
secundária Vira-lata. Descubra o que aconteceu com ele. Então é isso.
Right? Or was it the other one?
Vamos estar... Tivemos bastante acontecimento nesse episódio, né? Então vamos estar finalizando o episódio de hoje por aqui. E aí a gente começa o próximo episódio a partir daqui, tentando fazer essas outras missões que foram impostas aqui, né? A missão secundária e essa missão do penetra de casamento. Então é isso, gurizada. Vamos finalizando o episódio. Não se esqueçam, deixa o like, comenta. Bota bastante comentário aí, gurizada. Eu vou estar tentando responder todos os comentários. E também se inscreva no canal. Isso daí dá uma moral pro canal. Eu sei que é um canal pequeno, mas tô tentando melhorar o conteúdo. Ainda também tem uma outra playlist em andamento ali, né? Que é a playlist do... Eu tô jogando Cyberpunk também. Então, dê uma olhadinha ali. Caso vocês nunca tenham visto o jogo Cyberpunk, dá uma olhadinha ali na lista. Valeu, gurizada. É isso. Valeu. Falou.